What's up, guys? It's Intelitech Studio streaming here. Go subscribe to Joshua Tidwell Jr. I think that's his name. Yep. Where's my microphone? It's back here. Let me move this forward so you can hear me properly. I didn't prepare for this. I just clicked the button. I was gonna grab a Pepsi, but I didn't have any in the fridge, so I just grabbed an industrial size water for the hydration needs. Where is my... Is it not open?
So Ben,
Okay, that's the chat. Aha, here we go. So let me move this into this, and this will go down here. And go to streaming. Live streaming, here we go. And my phone is lagging.
I'm good.
So welcome back, Intelitech Studios.
Hang on just a second. There we go. Got it.
More VM fun, and that's not an exclamation point. There we go. And your changes are being saved. This is weird because I think he's watching me now.
You're doing great.
I think he's watching me now. So now that I'm watching him, I think it's kind of Matrix level. Why is your live stream not working? Did you see my new comment and reply to it? Is it not working? What's wrong with it? Vacuum expert, is there something wrong with it? You just commented. Pop in the chat. I'm not sure if I have to close this and reopen this. I might need to. This is confusing, so I can't pop this out. How does this work? I guess I have to close this. Pop out chat. Okay. Yeah, so it has to be a separate chat. So we'll throw this here. This doesn't need to be super huge. And move this back over here so I can monitor this. No one's here. Two are watching. No one's commenting though. Oh crap, this went back from Josh's. Just got the thumbs up. So I don't know what's going on. Is he not in this? Looks like he's on his phone. Go to the very recent part of my stream. I'm on it. It's loading though. It's kind of lagging. It looks like you're watching me. I could be wrong on that. But either way, wait, what was this? I'll just minimize that for now. Let's open up the VMs again. Oh, that's PowerPoint. Nope, go away. He is watching me. I can hear the audio through the phone. Windows is up to date. All right. Let me restart this. Go to the recent part of my stream. I am. I'm on the. It's live.
Hello?
Okay, you said warning. Or no, I said warning. You said hello.
I'm waiting you're synced with me. This is Intelitech Studios, everyone.
This is Joshua Tidwell Jr., I think. So, let me make. Wait, where's my mouse? Oh, it's locked in the VM. Okay, hold on.
If you are synchronized with me, how are you doing today, Intelitech Studios?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I think you're live. I'm pretty sure.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How about you? How are you doing? This is weird.
I know it's live.
So I think my stream is showing up on yours a lot later than it is in real life. So I think my stream is like a couple seconds out or like a minute out or something like that.
Well then, apparently we are severely delayed.
Yeah, pretty badly delayed. Let me now I'm just watching this cuz like I'm trying cuz I'm trying to like not I don't know how to deal with that cuz then obviously it's lagging through his end and then his stream itself is also lagging. So this is like way far behind. So I don't know if he's typing something in my stream or this is confusing. So you're severely unsynchronized. That's because my chat is lagging, and then your chat is lagging, and then your phone is then being slower, and then it's showing up on your stream, and then on my phone again.
I see you on your...
So...
5 is delayed. We'll con...
5 minutes delayed? Damn, that's a lot. But...
however the heck you say it.
This is stupid. But either way, for those who are watching, what is it right there? I think that's a mosquito bite. But whenever I was fixing the Dyson, we fixed it outside.
It's not... You're not lagging on my end here.
I'm not? Oh. This is weird. So there's two people watching.
How are you doing today?
Karo a car? You look 9 but sound 16.
Well, actually, I'm about to turn 15 in 2 weeks.
15? Huh. Yeah, you do look a little bit older. You look like 16 or 17.
The reason why I look like I'm 9 years old is... I don't know.
The reason is, I don't have a reason. See, my age is really weird because I have people tell me, like, because I'm 18. I turned 18 on the 21st of June. So, it hasn't been too long. However, even when I was 17, 16, I had people tell me they either thought that I was like 15 or they thought that I was like 26. I don't get it. Because I had someone, I think it was at like a dollar store or like a grocery store. And I was with my dad and we were buying him beer. So or he was buying himself beer, obviously, because I can't. Well, can you legally buy beer? Well, at least I can't legally drink beer. So basically, I grabbed because we were obviously like moving the groceries and stuff onto the belt, onto the conveyor belt, so it could go through and scan. You know how that works. So basically, what happened is the beer obviously went by, and I grabbed the beer and put it on, and then the woman scanned it and then put it up on a little counter because sometimes people like leaving drinks, even though it was a full 6 pack, but some people like leaving drinks. If you buy like a single 20 ounce or something like that of like a soda or a tea or whatever, they like to leave that out if you want to drink it on the way out of the store, that kind of thing. So, and she didn't even ask. She didn't ask like she said like, oh, so are you buying this separately? And she didn't ask for my ID. She didn't. She was just like, oh, are you buying this separately? And I'm like, no, it's for him. And my dad laughs and he's like, he's not even old enough to drink. And she's like, I thought you were 26. And I'm like, what? You thought I was 26? So, but which is also kind of weird though because I think if you look like you're under 40, I think you still need to be carded. I'm pretty sure it's 40 or 30, one of those two. Um, but I think it's 40. I think if the person looks like they're under 40, they need to be carded just in case because obviously people can look much younger and much older than they actually are because like I don't know if they smoke or if they shave or whatever it could be that could make them seem older or younger. And I hit my microphone, I apologize. So it's kind of interesting the way that it works like that. And that's weird because my partner, I had like people looked at me and looked at him and they said, you look 26. You were actually, I think they said I look 24. They said I look 24 and he looks 19, even though he's older than I am. So, but they thought he looked younger, which I thought was really weird. Um, but at the same time, it's kind of weird to or not weird, but it's kind of interesting to see people's perspectives on how they view age and stuff like that. But at the same time, I mean, I guess that means if I wanted beer, she would have sold it to me without even carding me. Which in which case, I'm glad that I don't drink because I'd feel really bad because she would probably lose her job. But even if I was 21, I still don't really drink. Or I still wouldn't drink, I should say, because I don't really have any interest in that. But you know, I mean, because honestly, like people have drug debates and stuff like that. I would gladly smoke weed long before I touched a hard alcohol or a cigarette. But that's just me because I had friends who used to smoke weed and everything, and they were fine. One thing that was nice is that they were kind of like what you would call a bad influence because they smoked weed and all that, but they never pushed it on me. They just said like, "Hey, do you want like with like a joint? Be like, hey, do you want one?" I'd be like, "Nah." They'd be like, "Okay." So that was, they never pushed that on me. I don't know why I went to that, but actually a couple of them were in the Ghost vs. Josh series, so they're actually pretty cool. I don't know if weed's legal in Missouri. I don't think it is. Half those laws don't make any sense. It's like weed is illegal, you know, in many states, period. But like, if you drink, it has to be 21. But then to smoke, you can be 18. I, I don't understand that. There's so many laws that don't make any sense regarding that kind of thing. But hey, at least I have no interest in that, so I don't have to worry about those laws because I don't do any of those things. So I don't know why I started talking about drugs. Anyways, don't do drugs, kids. It's very bad for you. But like in all seriousness, like what's the point? There's no point to it, you know? In fact, the main reason why I have no interest in that kind of thing is I don't want to spend my money on perishable items. That's why I don't buy food anymore. Like meaning like cookies and crap like that. Not again because number one, it's unhealthy in both instances, and number two, it's like you spend money on something, but at the same, then it's gone, you know, and it's not. You don't get to keep it. Whereas if I buy a microphone or a piece of software or a vacuum cleaner, if I buy one of those, it's something that can continuously give me joy as time goes on. It's something that's not perishable. It's like with collecting that kind of thing. I mean, I do collect Pepsi cans, like soda, like old soda cans and stuff. This is just one I happen to be drinking, which conveniently looks old. But, you know, actually, this kind of pulls into the age thing, because you look at this Pepsi can, you think, oh, that's from the 80s, so that must be really old. But it's actually a really young drink, not even expired. Doesn't expire until 2019, and this looks old. So this Pepsi can is a very good metaphor for the crazy way that age and appearances work. I just went all philosophical on you, on the two people who are watching, which is apparently only Josh. So, who the hell else is watching? Let's see. Why is your live stream not working? Is my live stream not working? What's going on? Let me grab. If I have friends who can hop in on my stream. Actually, let me pop it on my Discord. I'm sure, because I have some more people on my Discord. Don't I have a streaming thing? Yeah, here we go. Streaming now. Streaming now. I'm streaming right now. Streaming now. This webcam is garbage. Okay, I'm back. There we go. Focus on me. What's this phone at? 96? That's good. What's this one at? This one's at 80. Who's that guy? Guy who just laughed. I see a Dr. Pepper behind your camera. So what's your channel about? Yash Karoikar. Karoikar. Yash Karoikar. You should... Yash Karoikar. Cup of tea for... Azariah. You all should come over to this stream. Don't leave his stream. Stay in his stream too, but just open up both. Open up multiple tabs. Josh, be careful with that. That might be copyrighted. Dude. Be careful. That music might be copyrighted. Your channel could get striked if you have copyrighted crap on it. I learned that lesson the hard way with a 3 Days Grace cover I did like 2 years ago. So, bad idea. Don't do that. Don't play copyrighted music. There was one stream where I did it. I played like something. My Note 5 review. I had to re-upload that because it got copyright claimed because I played, was it 3 Days Grace or My Darkest Days, something like that. I played something and it triggered the copyright warnings or strikes. I can hear myself talking into his... It was a ringtone. Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if they're copywriting ringtones now. You won't believe the greedy corporations, what they do nowadays. But... It's a ringtone. It's a ringtone. Okay, I'm turning you off. Let's see. Dante Spears commented on your... Oh, crap. I shouldn't have said his name. Do you have more photos? Hell yes. Okay, I might be making a sale, so I gotta go do some photography. I'll be RB. And I'm taking this with me. Okay. I took some more photos of that power force because selling. Yo, Darren's in here. Hola. Sorry about that. I'm selling in fact, let me go grab it. I'm selling this vacuum cleaner, and since I'm selling this vacuum cleaner, someone asked me to take more photos of it. So, it's a vacuum cleaner. So that's what I was doing. Cause I tell you I don't care anymore. Facebook. What are you doing? I'm trying to make money. Stop money blocking me. No, I didn't. I didn't leave your stream. My phone just locked, so it cut it off. Go back. I see bubbles. Yay for bubbles. Bubbles.
Welcome, whoever just joined.
So comment.
If you want to, I'm not gonna make you. Here, go and get that filter off. If you want to, then feel free to comment down below in the live chat who you are.
Forgot to mention the HEPA filter. What's all the trippy effects? Okay, so now I can't edit this post? Now it just randomly removes the edit option.
Make it a lot better. I think that'll work. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm gonna go fetch my big container of looter. Yeah.
How do you spell Febreze? Wait, don't I have Febreze? I should have Febreze. Where's my Febreze?
More than happy to do it, even if they are
Aha!
requiring to go outside. I mean, heck, tomorrow I'm gonna be going kayaking,
Febreze.
so I might even do a live stream
Yep,
on that.
1-8.
Cause why not?
Mm-hmm. I move this. There we go. We have Windows Vista. Now let's make sure this is updated because it's supposed to have updates. So I want to make sure this is updated.
Videos don't give me an option to edit because they're getting sent to YouTube through another app. It's not YouTube Edit. It's not YouTube Studio. No, it's Reaction.cam. I've also got a profile on there too. Ow, my knee. I'm gonna show y'all some of my cats.
Mm-hmm. Why is it?
This is one of my cats.
Ooh, kitty. Kitty. Wait, what's the cat's name?
The original filter. His name is Shortstop. He's a pretty kitty.
Oh, he is pretty. Look at the pretty kitty.
He's not robotic.
Pretty kitty.
Cat.
Kitty.
And from whenever we found him, he was about half the size he is now. Look at him.
Someone keeps commenting about a Dr. Pepper behind your camera.
That is what he originally was.
Did I just scratch my camera? No. Windows is up to date. I don't believe you, Windows. I don't believe you. There are no updates available for your computer. No updates available. View update history. Okay, so I did install a butt ton of updates. So I guess this is fully updated. Huh. Okay.
Apparently you want to see my cat more. Come here.
Windows Vista Business Service Pack 2. Windows is activated. Ask for genuine Microsoft software. Learn more online. Let's learn more online about the genuine Microsoft software. Here, go away. Your PC is being slowed. Oh my god, no! I don't want all this. No, I don't want any of the extra Avast bullcrap. That's why I stopped using Avast. Because it just started pissing me off. No longer receiving insecurity hotfixes. Technical accounts are Microsoft provides support. The past 10 years, the time has come for us all the hardware. Can you use Windows Vista? Your computer will still work, but it might be more vulnerable to security and viruses. Internet Explorer 9 is no longer supported. Also, continue to optimize for more recent version that you can find. It did not work with Windows Vista. It's also stopped providing Microsoft Security Essentials for download on Windows Vista. If you already have Microsoft Security Essentials installed, continue to receive anytime hour signatures updates for a limited time. However, please not limit. Will have limited effectiveness because they don't have security updates. Let's see. Am I running Windows Vista? Oh crap, yes I am. Windows Vista Business. Man, I like Windows Vista. I really like Windows Vista. Do I need to get Windows 10 to stay protected? Yes, the best way to stay protected is to get Windows 10, which is the latest version of Windows. 2 ways to get Windows 10. Hmm. Uh. Why is Facebook suck so much? You know that's a lie. So apparently Facebook's being stupid. Ooh. I just realized I've been looking at my phone for the past minute. Oops. Mm-hmm. Looks like he dropped something. Don't have a medical emergency. That's bad. That's really bad. What? What'd you say? You should what?
I need some ideas. Teletext Studios. I need some ideas.
Ideas.
Yes, Cario Car. Welcome back. How are you?
Make a cooking show.
So good to hear from you again.
Make a
Do you know how to go live stream?
make a cooking show. Yeah, do that. Make a cooking show. Oh, stream shut off again. Let's just crossing the line, 'cause I'm crossing the line. 'Cause I'm crossing a line. Do 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 do. Cause I'm crossing a line. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I just realized I've been on my phone again for like the past. Yeah. Oh god, not at the church. 200 bucks off Galaxy Note 8. I'm bored. That's funny. Do you have any ideas you want me to do? Yeah, a cooking show. Do a cooking show. Like food and stuff. It's great. What is this?
So today I found out that your lettuce, in fact, it is true, it is plastic what you're eating. We tested it this way. So we put water to heat up in the
That's stupid. Oh my gosh, this looks good. It's red velvet brownie with a chocolate chip cookie inside of it. That's, yeah, see? There you go. Cooking show. Do that. With, make those. You'll get tons of views. Yeah. This meme is funny. Basically, yeah, very accurate. Very accurate. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 ba, da. Ooh. So hard to let go, and I still hear the sound of your voice singing in my head. I can't surrender, 'cause the rope's only coming apart, but hanging by a thread. It's gone on for too long, and this is it. So take a look into my eyes one last time, so we never forget the way we were before, when we came alive at the moment we met. This is still worth fighting, we're still worth fighting for. A glass that's half empty won't wash away the mistakes, it only makes a mess. It's worth defending. A tiny glimpse of what it would take to make us better yet. It's gone on for too long, and this is it. So take a look into my eyes one last time, so we never forget the way we were before, when we came alive at the moment we met. This is still worth fighting for, now that we know just who we are, now that we finally come this far. I'm ready for one more battle scar. Screw the technology. No. Windows Vista. Support has ended. Oh crap. Okay, well, no more Windows Vista. Windows Vista. Windows Vista. Doot 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 doot. Doot 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 doot. Doot 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 doot. Windows Vista support has ended. Whoa. Whoa. Windows Vista is Windows Vista, Windows Vista. Oh, my task manager is messed up. There we go. I'm using 7 gigs of RAM right now. I have 9 gigs available. Let's look at Windows 8. There's no reflection when you look in the mirror. You're out for blood and you can smell the fear. You need poison, like it's the only thing that keeps you alive. You hear voices, they just keep telling you you need me tonight. She hides until twilight, then she takes control. I'm like your dirty little drug, and you never get enough. Just a little bad habit that you hide from your friends. I'm like your dirty little drug, and you never get enough. Said you didn't want it, you're in a sick and twisted affair. You won't be alone tonight. Fair, you won't be alone tonight. I give you wings when you whoa. What is this? I give you wings when you ew. Ew. Yes. I give you wings when you're free falling. I'm in your dreams, I'm the creature calling. You grow colder. I am the only thing that keeps you alive. Can't stay sober. One taste and it can take control of your life. She hides until twilight, then she takes control. I'm like your dirty little drug and you never get enough. Just a little bad habit that you had from your friends. I'm like your dirty little drug, you never get enough. Said you didn't want it, but you're in a sick and twisted affair. You won't be alone tonight, but you won't be alone tonight. You won't be alone tonight. A sick and twisted affair. You won't be alone tonight. I'm the devil's son, straight out of hell. And you're an angel with a haunted heart. If you were smart, you'd run and protect yourself from a demon living in the dark. There's nothing to be gained, 'cause I can never change. You can never understand my sickness. I'll never understand my sickness. Save yourself from a life full of lies and a heart full of pain and sorrow. Save yourself from the choices I make, 'cause nothing but failure follows me. Save yourself. Save yourself. You're the perfect drug when it hurts like hell. I've never needed anyone so much. There's no one else I love, and I curse myself. 'Cause the right thing is to give you up. I'm overcome by shame, 'cause I can never change, and you can never understand my sickness. I'll never understand my sickness. Save yourself from a life full of lies and a heart full of pain and sorrow. Save yourself from the choices I make, 'cause nothing but failure follows. Save yourself from a life full of lies and a heart full of pain and sorrow. Save yourself from the choices I make, 'cause nothing but failure follows me. Save yourself. Save yourself. I'll never understand my sickness, 'cause I don't understand my sickness. Save yourself from a life full of lies and a heart full of pain and sorrow. Save yourself from the choices I make, 'cause nothing but failure follows. Save yourself from a life full of lies and a heart full of pain and sorrow. Save yourself from the choices I make, 'cause nothing but failure follows me. Save yourself. Save yourself. Save yourself. Save yourself from a life full of lies and a heart full of pain and sorrow. Save yourself from the choices you make, 'cause nothing but failure follows. Save yourself. Save yourself. Save yourself. Save yourself. Come on, let me copy more than one thing at a time, you stupid virtual machine. Not sure if there's anything other software that I would. Oh yeah, Torch. I forgot about Torch. Torch. Then Vivaldi and Video Pad. I don't think I'm missing anything else. Windows. I forgot what this one was. Let's try that too. Oh hey, tomorrow me and my girl are going to celebrate 1 year. Yay! Dude, that's awesome. Let's install this crap. Let's see. Oh, the Dell. I don't need that. So everything else here we're going to install. Oh, I forgot also. We need to install Office. Save yourself. Save yourself. I'll never understand my sickness. Never understand my sickness. Where's that folder I just had? Programs and tools here. I think this is what I just had. What was I trying to do though? Oh, ISO files. I need Office. I need VMware and Office. Oh, and Adobe. So I need the master collection, even though I don't use that anymore. I need Office 2016. And where's VMware? Crap, where is it? Vista. Here we go. So I need these three things to move into the downloads folder. Now this is going to take a while. And the thing that sucks is that I can't touch the virtual machine while it's doing that. So, oh yeah, let's install this crap. I think I put my Pepsi in the freezer. I'm not sure. Let's drink this water. Hydration. Why is this taking so long? Okay, I don't know why it's taking so long, but what I should say is stop taking so long. Video output low. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth stream and stuff viewers are experience buffering. Well, all it's doing is loading this anyway, so there's not really much to see here. So, that's fine. Never understand. Oh my god, Glasswire is just through the roof. Yeah. Look at this. It's just through the roof. All of this. Oh, oops, no. Yeah, so this is doing a bunch of stuff. What minimal Windows version do I need to run VMware? Well, it depends on which version. What version of VMware are you trying to run, and what versions of Windows do you have on your machine? So, what version of Windows do you have, and what? Because in my experience, testing VMware Workstation 12 Pro, it works on Windows 7, 8, 8.1, and 10. So basically anything above Vista. Vista didn't work. You have Windows 8, then you're okay. Because I think even the newest, I think they're on VMware 14 right now. I'm pretty sure it still supports at least Windows 7. I'm pretty sure. So, because if it supports 7, it supports 8. If it doesn't support 8, it probably doesn't support 7 and it only supports 10. So that is one thing that kept me on Windows 8 for quite a while, because everything still supported Windows 7. So even if there wasn't a version, because that was really stupid, where there wouldn't be a version for Windows 8, but there would be for 7 and 10, which is really stupid. Although the good news is that if you had Windows 8, you just run the Windows 7 version, and 9 times out of 10 it would work. But it just got kind of irritating. I would still use, because I was using Windows 8, because you saw like in my Aeroglass video, a couple of my other videos, a couple of my other streams, I was bouncing back and forth between Windows 10 and Windows 8. And I don't think I ever streamed or did any work with Windows 7. Although I did try it. I did dual boot at one point, but then recently I just wiped everything as far as boot drives go, and then just did 10 with the Fall Creators Update. And then I finally, just in the past week, got the Spring Creators Update, because I have my updates delayed, so that way my system is stable. So as you can tell, I am on the Spring Creators Update, or the April 28th, whatever they call it now, the April 2018 update. I'm on that. So I'm finally up to date as far as versions of Windows go. Okay, so this finished doing it. So my video output should be good now. Task manager's pegged pretty bad. CPU's alright, memory's alright, disk. This one's completely inactive. This one, I believe this is my VMware drive. And obviously these ones aren't. Or that's probably my boot drive, actually. No? It's weird. Okay, so this one's probably... Oh, Intel SSD. So this one's my boot drive. These are my others, and then this is my VM drive, which is obviously getting hit. Can you describe what Glasswire is? It's like a firewall. I made a video on it. It's basically like a firewall that has a bunch of other... I'm on a really old version of Glasswire. My laptop has a newer version on it, but this is an older version. It keeps telling me to update, but I never do it. But it's basically like, it wants me to download an update. Oh, but it sends me to the website instead of just doing it here, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, so Glasswire is basically a firewall software, but it's like easier to see what's going on. And but it's extremely easy to use. Like, I can instantly firewall anything. Like, literally just press this little flame and anything's firewalled. So if there's something that I don't want to access the internet, I just do it and it just works. Young Flimmy, I found a 2004 PowerForce 3522 in Louisiana. Nice. That's good. Is it a -5 or -6? Okay, let me put it this way. Is it like the legacy version where it has the old logos? Because they did have a 3522 that had the new PowerForce logo and the new 12 amp logo. So is it like all the ones that I have where it's the older style, and does it not have a back change indicator? Because I'm assuming if it's 3522, it probably has a headlight, right? I think. I'm pretty sure all the 3522 models have a headlight. I know the 71Y7s, those didn't have a headlight. It's the older one. So yeah, so it's... Well, then again, I just answered my own question, because if it's a 2004 PowerForce, then of course it's the older style. So, sorry about that. But yeah, so it's an older style. before the indicator. Yeah, because it was 2005. So was this? So is it the one where it has the fixed hose, like where it has the twist and snap hose, or is it the one where it has the clean view style hose where it swivels and you have to unscrew it to unclog it? Like, is it like this one where this twists, or is it like my other one where it's twist and snap? So, because I know it's before the indicator. But, so does it have the twist and snap hose, or does it have the fixed hose? The swivelly hose? Because I would guess that it has the twist and snap hose. Like that you're holding. Okay, so it has this one where you can't twist it to unsnap it because it swivels, like kind of like what the Power Glides did in the clean views. So if it's just like this, then it's probably an early 2004 model, because I think 2004 is when they introduced the Power Force bagless. So I think like really late 2004 they switched it over to the twist and snap hose. And then, or was it 2005? I don't know. Yep. Okay, yeah. So basically yours is identical to this 2002 model because it doesn't have the battery change indicator and it has that twisty hose. So is it an original 3522 or is it a 3522-1? I would assume. Because the -R that I have is a remanufactured model. It's not a regular model. I just found that out recently. So is it a 3522 or a 3522-1 or what? What's the model? What's the model number? I'm assuming it'll tell me. So it's okay. So it's original 3522. So it looks like. So to me, it looks like they ran. It makes me question what the 3522-1 was, because to me that looks identical to the original 3522. So what my guess is that this one, which is the original 3522, I believe that they ran this one. And let me move this. That's the wrong one. So I'm going to guess that they ran this one, which is the original 3522. Well, this one's -R, but it's the same thing. So what I'm guessing is I'm guessing that they ran this original version from 2002 to 2004, and I'm guessing late 2004, I'm going to guess that the 3522-1 is whenever they made the bottom hose, they switched it from black to clear, I'm assuming. And then the 3522-1 maybe switched it to a twist and snap hose. Probably not. Maybe. I'm gonna guess that then like late 2004, early 2005, the 3522-1 just had the bottom hose change, but still had this style hose. Because at the time, the Power Force bagless, when they introduced it in 2004, I think, was a much higher end model, because this was before the turbo. I don't think you're interested, but my mom has a Shark 2-phase freestyle vac. No, I'm interested. Do a video on it. What the hell? If I'm not interested, I'll decide that I'm not interested after I watch the video. But yeah, so I'm gonna guess original 3522 is this design with the hose where everything's all black. 3522-1 added the... I actually made a spreadsheet on this. 3522-1 added the clear lower hose that this one has because I put it on there. But my 3522-5 now has the base from this. So 3522-1 changed the black lower hose to clear like this for easier clog removal. And then 3522-5 was after the original Power Force bagless came out, when it had the wide path and the stretch hose and the black louvers and everything. It was blue. It was a blue unit. And then in 2005, 2005 was whenever they changed whenever they changed the Power Force bagless from blue to black, but it was still stretch hose, still wide path base. So that was whenever the Power Force bagged added the twist and snap hose. They decreased the size of the headlight from the large headlight to the small headlight, and then they added the bag change indicator, and they actually changed the handle just a little bit. So that was the 3522-5, and then in 2006 they came out with the newer style Power Force bagless, which is the most common body style design, where it has this exact base, where that Power Force bagless had this exact base, and it had the fixed hose, and at the time it had the same headlight that the Clean View 2 had in 2006. And then they ran, or maybe it was 2006 or 2007. That's when they did this style for the Power Force bagless. So then at that point, the Power Force bagged and the Power Force bagless were pretty much parallel in terms of feature set. Obviously, the Power Force bagless didn't have a clean filter indicator or anything like that, but it was clear, so you could see when it needed to be cleaned. So, and then 2007, that's when 2006 was also 3522-6 came out for the Power Force bagged, and that was basically not really anything changed between the -5 and the -6. However, the -6 in 2007, the -6 was updated with the newer style design, or newer style labeling. So for a while, they didn't remove any features, but what they did is they redesigned the logos. So for the bagged Power Force, they redesigned the Power Force logo and the 12 amp modifier. If you've seen the Clean View Helix or the newer Power Force turbos, then you know the new 12 amp logo. And then once they did that, they also changed the design of the headlight to be identical to the Power Force bagless, and they also changed the crevice tool to be in line with the Power Force bagless. So they removed the notches on the crevice tool. And then the 3522-6, then they came out. There was an in-between model. I believe it was like 3239 or something like that, where it was still 12 amp. It was still 12 amp, but and that design, but it dropped the bag change indicator and the headlight, but it was still 12 amps. So, and then they did the same with the Power Force bagless, because the Power Force bagless, once it went to this design, didn't keep the headlight for very long. So then this was 2007, late 2007, early 2008, where both the Power Force bagless and the Power Force bagged dropped the headlight, because then if you wanted the headlight, you had to spend the extra on the Power Force turbo. Oh yeah, and I forgot about that. Then in 2007, they swapped, for the Power Force bag, they swapped the switch so it went the other direction for some reason. I forgot about that. So, and that was really stupid, because this is a good design, because you flip the switch, and when you need to shut it off, it's easy to hit. So, and 2007 was also when, for the Power Force bagged, they removed the cord protector. They actually took off the rubber cord protector, which was really stupid, and they shifted the cord intake back a little bit, and they got rid of the cord protector. So 2007, 2008 was when they really started to cheapen on the Power Force series. So the Power Force bagless kept the cord protector for a little while longer. And so yeah, and then in 2008, 2008 is then whenever they came out with the 71Y7, which was identical to the previous model, but that's when they downgraded it from the 12 amp motor to the 10 amp motor, and that was 2008. Yeah, 2008. So, and it still had the new logos and everything, but it was no longer 12 amps. It was 10 amps. So, and that's when they first came out with a color that wasn't black, because they had the blue variant, and that was the first 71Y7 variant. And then later on, actually, that's incorrect, because the 12 amp, the very last 12 amp Power Force bagged, the one that didn't have the bag change indicator and didn't have the headlight, right before the 71Y7, that was the first time that they changed the color scheme, because it was still 12 amps, but it didn't have bag change indicator, it didn't have the headlight, and they made it that maroon color, which was a slightly darker color than the wine red that was on the Power Glide Platinum. So that was a red color. And then whenever they came out with the 71Y7, they started out as red, I believe like only a couple of them, and then they went to blue, because they were advertising the energy efficiency of that blue variant, because it now had the 10 amp motor. And at the same time, that was also then shortly after, in 2009, that's when they then dropped the Power Force bagless to the 10 amp motor as well. And that's where we have the 6584 variant, because the 6583 was a bit different. But the 6584 variant of the Power Force bagless was again 10 amps. They changed the design of the filter cup a little bit, and they made the hose a lot worse. That was pretty significant, the thing that I cared about, because the Power Force bagless, even though it had the stiff hose like this, the 6583 variant, which I believe was the one that had the headlight for a while and was still 12 amps, that one had a hose similar to the Power Force bagged, where it was long enough and it was curved at the end, so you could twist it and snap it, which you can still do on the 6584, but the 6584 actually it went straight in. It didn't curve. And the hose was much shorter. It was much more rigid. It was basically useless. And I know, because I had a 6584 Power Force bagless back in 2010, and the hose was borderline useless, because it was so short and so stiff, and it just didn't work properly. So, what am I talking about? We're talking about vacuum. We're talking about vacuum cleaners. These Bissell vacuum cleaners. We're talking about model numbers and what they basically improved and got rid of over time as they evolved. Because this is an old model. So sometimes my Power Force don't like to stand up. Yeah, because same on this one. Because the pedal's busted. So it doesn't, because the handle release pedals like to fail a lot on these. So this one is dead. So you have to manually push. You have to manually push this up to get it to stand up. But besides that, it falls over constantly, unless you manually push it back. Severely interested. Okay. Are you being sarcastic, or are you being... but anyways, back to what I was talking about. So then, in 2010, that's when they started doing all the crazy colors for the Power Force bag. So both the bagged and the bagless, they were 10 amps. They had no headlight. They had no indicators of any kind. This is when the build quality started to go down just a little bit, but they were still relatively solid machines. And the 10 amp motor, honestly, I don't mind the 10 amp motor. I like the 12 amp motor a lot more, but the 10 amp motor doesn't bother me. The 8 amp motor in the newer Power Forces, and the new design Power Forces, they sound really whiny, and I don't like the way they sound, and they actually kind of hurt my ears sometimes. Whereas this sounds a lot better. So, although I am going to pick up, because I know this has probably caused Buster 1489 or 1849 to have a heart attack, because he had one, and I think it died after like 7 months. But I am going to get a brand new Power Force at some point, because sometime soon I'm going to be moving out, and, well, not soon, but within like a couple years, maybe even a year if I'm lucky, I'm going to be able to move out. This is my dad's house, and move in with like a friend or a roommate or something like that. And my dad would obviously need to have a vacuum because I'm going to take my Dyson with me. Right now, that's kind of what I've let him use is my Dyson. Not that one, the purple one. So I'm going to buy one of the newer Power Forces and leave that with him because we've always used these Power Forces. You know, it's the ones that we've used for quite a while, and it's still, at least right now, in terms of budget machines, even though I don't like the changes they made to the Power Force, it's still my favorite budget machine is the Bag Power Force, even with the new design, although I haven't checked it out yet. So I will buy one at some point, and I will get one and test it out and compare it between, well, not this one, but my 3522-5, and I will compare them, and, you know, I will do a review on the new Power Force, you know, clean my old house with it and everything, and see how well it does. Obviously, the extension is kind of a problem because, although it's just a matter of opinion whether or not you like this being built on the hose or whether you would prefer something smaller, but I have so between my Clean View, my Power Force, and my other spare extension wand, me using the new Power Force won't be a problem. And whenever I do leave, I will put an extra extension wand on the hose so my dad has more reach with it. For like cleaning up high and stuff. And plus, because the new model is supposed to be a lot more lightweight because it uses less plastic and stuff, so I do want to see that because I don't like heavy vacuums because of my back problems and everything. So I really would appreciate that if it was lighter. So, but yeah, and then 2010, 2011, the bag Power Forces had a bunch of different colors, and then they started doing for the Power Force bagless. They made the bases a bunch of different colors, and then throughout this whole time, the Power Force Turbo hasn't really changed much. The Power Force Turbo didn't really change until the Helix models came out. So then, in 2020, late 2013, early 2014, I want to say. That's when the whole line was at its worst. Its absolute worst. The Power Force bagged. This is when the Power Force bagged. This is the worst version of the Power Force bagged, even with the newest model out. Because then they dropped in 2014. They dropped the Power Force bag. They dropped the logo on it. They literally made it to where it's just the word Power Force. So this model, they went back to black. No cord protector, no headlight, none of that. 8 amp motor. So this time we have the whiny 8 amp motor. And the way you can tell between the 8 amp and the 10 amp is the hose. Because the 10 amp models had this style hose. But then the 8 amp models, if it's an 8 amp, and there's two versions of the 8 amp. They're both the same model number, but they're slightly different. The difference is the first version of the 8 amp, they included a HEPA filter with it. And then in the second and final version of the 8 amp of the legacy design, they got rid of the HEPA filter. But in both cases, they advertised the Febreze bag, which is god awful. I hate the Febreze bag. They still use it and it's terrible. But I like the Febreze HEPA filter. That's nice. But the Febreze bag, no. So that's how you can tell between the 8 amp Power Force, because it has that clear stretch hose, which is actually nicer. Although that doesn't excuse the quality of the rest of the machine. Hey, did someone named my name is not required to join you? I have no idea. So honestly, at some point I want to get that late model Power Force, and I basically just want to grab it so I can get the hose and put the hose on my 3522-5 since that's a much better hose. But besides that, it was much worse. And it was built terribly. I mean, it wasn't that much worse, but it was still enough where, you know, compared to these original models, it wasn't that good. And then this is also when they made the god-awful Power Force Helix. When they had the old body style and they had the Power Force Helix, those are the worst machines. They're built as like the bagless model. The bagged ones still had somewhat good build quality, but the Helix bagless models of the Power Force Helix and the Power Force Helix Turbo are god awful. Those are the worst in the entire series. And I do want to get a Power Force bagless Helix just so I can use it on the back porch and essentially beat the crap out of it and use it. So basically a lot of fun dust goes into the motor because it's the only job where I'd be willing to sacrifice that machine. I can basically just use it and not care about it until it dies. So that if you go from those models to the new generation and body style design, they are a significant improvement because those were so terrible. But then when you go from one of these to the new body style, then obviously it's much worse. So the low point of the Power Force series was 2014, 2015, and then 2016, hands down. So those were the worst. So that is one thing. Even though I haven't used one of the new Power Forces personally, I can tell you right now that they're much better than the outgoing 8-amp Power Forces, because those were just awful. Because I've seen those break all the time, and and the biggest thing is the motor, because I hate the 8-amp motor because it sounds really whiny, and it just doesn't. That's the biggest thing, is the noise. Because I like these because they're quiet. They're growly, like they're low pitched, but they're quiet. The 12-amp models, but the 10 amps are okay. They're decent. I don't mind the 10 amps. If it had a different bass on it and I couldn't tell that it was 12 or 10 amps, it would take me a couple seconds to figure it out whether or not it was 12 or 10. But the 8 amps are awful. So that honestly took it too far. The 10 amp one was enough, and they should have just stuck with 10. But they went to 8, and that's terrible. So that is the one thing about the new Power Forces. We'll see how long the motors last. I've seen the motor fail on Busters fairly immediately after buying it. That one lasted 7 months. This Power Force lasted 16 years. So it'll be interesting to see how those new models last. But based on reviews, actually, let's check out some reviews of this new Power Force. So let me open up. So where's Torch? Here we go. So, let's see. So let me go to, come on. Yeah, here we go. So now let's go to Walmart.com, because for some reason the bagged Power Force you can't get on Amazon. It's only Walmart, but the bagless ones you can. So since I have an Amazon affiliate link in my Power Force reviews, I listed the commercial Power Force, which is the big green. I forgot what it's called. It's just called the big green lightweight upright or something like that. It's basically a green Power Force. But it's the outgoing 8-amp no, it's 10 amps actually. So that is one thing, is that one stayed as 10 amps. Not 12, but 10. And those are still being made. Or at least I think. They're still being sold as 10 amp units. So they are an upgrade from the most recent outgoing Power Force in terms of motor quality. And obviously they have the much better cord and everything because they're commercial machines. So that is one thing that's nice about these. The only thing is that they're expensive. So if you want something brand new that uses the old style Power Force design, then get the commercial one that I linked in my Power Force review. So this is the 1739. So this is version 2 of this new design. So new and improved version of 1398. Basically, the problem with 1398 is I believe some of them had motor failure. So I believe Buster's was 1398, if I remember correctly. Actually, wait a minute. No, isn't 1398 the old style? Wait a minute. Like the let's see. Bissell. No, crap. Bissell Power Force 1398. Let me see. Power Force bagged vacuum 1398. Yeah. So this is the final version of the legacy style Power Force. And like I said, this is the one with the 8 amp motor, and you can tell it's the 8 amp motor because number one, it doesn't have a logo. It has the teal height adjust, and it has that clear stretch hose. And it has the same crevice tool as the Power Force Compact, so it has that little stubby crevice tool. So, but there is still two versions of this new style Power Force of the 1739, because the first versions had a really short and stubby crevice tool, but then I've seen the newer versions of these where they actually have a longer crevice tool similar to the older styles. So, although it won't show me in this picture, that's kind of interesting how there's no picture of the onboard tools, which usually shows up in these pictures. So that's kind of interesting. But let's look at the reviews of some of these units. Oh, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 4 stars, 5 stars, 2, 2, 1. Yeah, not a good first impression. But what I like to do is I don't like to do most relevant. I like to sort these by newest to oldest. So see what the newest people have. And the newest people seem to have somewhat decent experiences. It's about equivalent to the outgoing Power Force. I like this one. I think this new review I think I like the most is they said, I would not recommend this vacuum to a friend, but I would recommend it to my ex-high school boyfriend. I think that's definitely a knock against the product, but the rest of these are mostly 5 stars. This one's 4 stars. $46 is worth the risk. That's the thing. I used to think that these got cheaper, but it turns out in terms of price, they actually got a little bit more expensive, because back in 2006, the Power Forces, meaning the best version of the Power Force, the 3522-5-6, with the headlight, the bag change indicator, the longer hose, 12 amp motor, that kind of thing, cord protector, those versions were only $40. Whereas this newer version with the cheaper motor, the cheaper quality plastic is $6 more. $6.84 more. So $7 more. So that's kind of interesting. However, these have costed $46.84 for quite a while now. I think since at least 2010. So at some point, I think whenever they did the 10 amp motor, they actually upped the price a little bit. Which is, I don't know. Like I didn't even realize that until recently, but it kind of speaks something, because although one thing's for sure is that when they did this new design, yes, the Powerglide Platinum is gone, but in its place, you actually have a fairly equivalent machine to replace, like, the next gen Powerglide Platinum. In fact, here it is, the Powerlifter Pet, and there's also a CleanView bagged now, which again is similar to the Powerglide Platinum. So this is essentially the new equivalent of the Powerglide Platinum. So it has the clear on the front base, and it has the longer cleaning head, it has the turbo brush, the stretch hose. The only thing is that there's still no headlight, and there's still no bag change indicator like the Powerglide Platinum. As far as I know, none of the new Bissells have headlights. At least with this body style design, have headlights, which is really unfortunate, because I wish there was not even this higher end machine did they bother to just spend an extra $5 and put a light on it, which I know some people don't care about the headlight, but the thing is, if you don't care about it, then whenever it dies, just don't bother replacing it. I really like the headlight, and that's even something I don't like about my Dyson, is that, again, it doesn't have. And then here's the bagless version of the Powerlifter Pet, which is completely different. Again, I don't know what this is with Bissell, where they have a bagged and a bagless version, and supposedly the only difference is supposed to be that they're bagless or bagged, but they have completely different body styles. So that was obviously a problem with the Power Force and the Power Force bagless, because the true Power Force bagless was really like a low-end CleanView. I forgot which CleanView model, but I did have a CleanView where it had this style hose, where it was fixed, but it's still swiveled, obviously, and it had the regular style base. So that CleanView, which I obviously don't have anymore, because it's in my mom's possession at the moment, that one is the closest you'll truly get to a Power Force bagless as far as this design. And really, the Clean View isn't really a bagless power force, it's really a bagged power glide. Because the original Clean View, which is basically my Clean View power track but with a square base, is identical to the Bissell Power Glide Ultra. So, and this was 2002, so these both came out at the same time before the Power Glide Platinum. In fact, if I look, Power Glide. Oh, that's okay. So, Bissell Power Glide. There actually was a website that actually had older. No. Well, actually, here is a Power Glide Ultra. So you can see it has the Clean View style base. It doesn't have an indicator, just like the lower end Clean Views do. And it has the post motor filter with the design of the Clean Views, where it has that one snapping thing. Oh, and here's Buster 1849's Clean View 2. And here's a Clean View 2 Plus. This is the one that I want. If I'm going to get the Clean View 2 Plus, I want the one that holds the turbo brush. Power Force Bagless Turbo. Power Force Bagless. This is the... And this isn't 6584. This is the one with a better hose on it. And then here's the Power Glide Ultra, which this person was selling for $33. Which... And then if they mention the ad, it's only $25. That's how much I spent on my Clean View. So I don't know where this is, but I've been trying to find a Power Glide for so long. This is the only one where I've seen an active listing of it. But obviously now these listings are far out of date. And this is actually when it had the black crevice tool that didn't have the ventilation holes, but it still had the notch. So it's really interesting. And the Power Glide Ultra has the combo tool that the Power Force had. So that's kind of interesting. Whereas the Power Glide, the original Power Glide, the green one, and the Power Glide Plus, the blue one, had the V-style combo tool, which is really interesting. So I would understand them getting rid of the original Power Glide because of the Power Force, but I don't know why they got rid of the Power Glide Ultra. They could have kept that on the market for a couple more years, but I think they only sold it for... I mean, this is a newer version. This is 2003 era because of the fact that this has the newer style height adjustment marker. So they probably sold the Power Glide Ultra until about 2003. But they're very hard to find, probably because everyone who wanted a bagged, as far as any Power Glide goes, they just got a Power Force, and that was probably good enough. And then for the ones who wanted even more than what the Power Glide Ultra offered, they came out with the Power Glide Platinum, which was on sale from 2005 until about 2006, I want to say, 2007. There's the Power Glide Platinum, of course, and I've looked, I can't find one anywhere. And there's obviously the new crappy Power Glide Liftoff that uses the same name because Bissell doesn't know how to name their stuff. Although the new Power Glide does seem to be a decent machine, I have no interest in it. So supposedly, I heard where one YouTuber said that he found a video of the original green. So this is the original Power Glide. And you can tell this has the V-style combination tool. And it has the fixed hose, just like the Clean View, just like the low-end Clean View. So this Power Glide is essentially a Power Force. Like, for all intents and purposes, there is pretty much no difference between this and this 3522 model Power Force. They have the same hose, same design. Bag door's a little bit different. And the cleaning head is a little bit different. But they came out the same year. So to me, it seems like maybe the original Power Force did cost a little bit more. to fall in line with the Power Glide, and then when they discontinued it, they brought out the Power Force bagless. They probably brought the bagged one down to about $40. So this thing has probably seen many price fluctuations throughout its lifespan. But obviously the Power Glide Platinum cost a little bit more. I think it was like $120 when it came out, I'm pretty sure. And then this must have been sold probably quite a while ago. It was sold for only $20. Wow. Oh dear, this item has sold. So, and for the Power Glide Plus, because there was 4 versions of the Legacy style Power Glide. So the Power Glide Plus, are these called Power Glide? Those look kind of bulky. But there is, and the Power Glide Plus was also called the Power Groom Plus, I think, as well, which is the blue model. So they had a green, a blue, and a tannish color. If I actually put in, if I specify, no, I don't want that highlighted, 3545 series, then that's when you have the Platinum and the original Power Glide, and then here's the Power Glide Ultra. That's a really low res picture. And then we have some other machines, Power Force Helix for some reason, and another Power Force Helix, which I don't understand why those are showing up here. Power Force. Where's the Power Glide Plus? I know I saw that because it was a blue color. I should have bookmarked these, but I didn't. There was actually one where it was like a website. Was this it? No? Well, this is one where you can buy all sorts of parts, which is really cool. There's an option to buy the whole vacuum, though. I guess I could just buy every single part and just build one myself. If these parts are even still available, which they probably aren't. But there's one, it's USA Vacuum again. It's Amazon. This is the original Power Glide on Amazon. Power Glide Ultra. That's not it. There was a website, and I can't find it now. There's a manual. Aha. Can I download this? This is copyright 2002, I believe. It has the older handle design. So, yeah, and it has the V-style tool. And I believe the Plus had that as well. And then later on in 2002, yeah. Oh, this is 2001. Okay. So the Power Glide actually came out in 2001. I didn't know that. I thought it was 2002. Yo, Buster. Okay, Buster's in here now. So I just learned something interesting. I just found out that the first version of the Power Glide predates both the Power Force and the Clean View by a year. Because the first version of the Clean View was 2002, right? Buster probably knows more about this than I do, but I mean, obviously I know that that's all the ones that I've seen, original Clean Views, are 2002 or 2003. So the original Power Glide was 2001, not 2002. So that actually makes a little bit more sense now. Because that means that the original Power Glide came out in 2001, and then the Power Glide Plus came out in probably also 2001, I would assume. So I'm going to guess, which is weird because this says 2001, yet it has the newer style picture for the height adjustments. Because my 2003 Clean View Power Track and your 2002, I believe, right, Buster? 2002, 2003 Cleanview Power Track has the bar design instead of these dots, which is really weird. I'm like trying to figure this out, like when these came out. It'd be nice if there was just, you know, Bissell's first bagless uprights. Yeah, their first bagless upright was essentially the Cleanview. So it actually makes sense how this came before the Cleanview, because at this point they had always done bagged machines. So the idea of them, you know, coming out with this design in a bagged machine makes sense. And I knew the Power Glide did come before the Cleanview. 2002 Cleanview Power Track. Yeah. So basically the Power Glide came out, this original 3545 model Power Glide. 2004 liftoff. Yeah, and the original liftoff came out in 2004. I know that. And then 2005 was 2004. No, 2004 was both the liftoff and the Power Force bagless. And then the Cleanview 2, I think the original Cleanview 2, the green one, came out in 2004. Then 2005, that's when you had the Cleanview 2, the wide path Cleanview 2s, I believe. And then that's around the time when the Power Force added the bag change indicator and the twist and snap hose. That's when the Power Glide Platinum came out, and the three previous models of Power Glide were depreciated. So it was the Power Glide and the Power Glide Plus. Those are probably 2001. And then in 2002, or maybe the Ultra came out as well. Yeah, you have the Cleanview 2 Special Edition. So I'm probably gonna guess that all three Power Glides came out in 2001, and then in 2002 when the Power Force came out and the Cleanviews, then that's probably why they didn't sell very many of them, because a lot of people just bought the Power Force instead. So then that's when they finally came out with the Power Glide Platinum. That was a significant upgrade from the Power Force. Whereas the Power Glide Plus, the Power Glide, the original one, there wasn't really anything to offer other than, actually no, there's one upgrade that the Power Glide has over the Power Force, and that's 2 more height adjustments. That's about it. And that was $80 at the time, which compared to the Power Force, which was $40, so it makes sense why nobody bought.
Excuse me, Chan. Streaming or recording? Or
Streaming, yeah.
Need your help. I've been waiting for you to get done, but you haven't got done, and I need your help with the ladder.
Right now?
Yeah, preferably.
I'm gonna be right back. I gotta help out with some stuff. Where are my shoes? Be right back. Anybody still here? Yo. Anybody still here? Something exciting just happened. I just found 3 more vacuum cleaners. And one of them, actually, I just got 3 of them. They're still outside because they're nasty and I need to clean them. But I'm going to make a video on them and upload that tomorrow and see what I'm going to do with them. But I will tell you guys in the stream that I got it's a Kenmore Progressive canister, believe it or not, Abyssal, a new generation Power Force Helix. So the exact one that I just told you not to buy, I just found one. And there is a Hoover wind tunnel, one of the newer Elite Cyclonics. Or actually, I don't think it's a wind tunnel. It's a Hoover Elite Cyclonic, one of the newer versions. And I did check the Bissell. It's 2016. So, but the rest of them I don't know because I only really know how to date Bissells. But either way, let's see if now it just went to 2 watching. I'm gonna go grab a Pepsi.
Afraid it's gonna blow up.
Yeah, I don't want that to happen, especially with the Pepsis. These are good sodas. Who all's here? 2 people are watching. Is that Buster and Young, or is there some other people here? Because Buster said he'd be right back. There are Walmart knockoff websites that still have 3522-6. That's all gone. They're not selling it anymore. That's why I put quotes around have. Most of you can find is good or beat up. I'll be damned if I get a beaten up vacuum. I actually got my 3522-5 about a decade ago at a thrift store. I believe it was $22. So Young's here. 2 watchers. Is Buster back? Buster, you back? Okay, so Young's still here. So there's another unclaimed person because according to my analytics, 2 people are watching. So, I mean, he said be right back. So I think that means he would be coming back. So, I don't know if... His name's Caleb, right? Buster's name is Caleb? I'll just call him Buster. I like Buster. So... and I think he said he can't buy the Power Force, if I believe so. But yeah, so actually, I just got 3 new vacuums. Well, new is a stretch. They're all beat up, and the wind tunnel still had its extension wand and crevice tool. Nothing else. Bissell had no tools. Didn't have the dusting brush, didn't have the extension wand, didn't have the crevice tool. And the Kenmore, I didn't check. I'm assuming it doesn't either. Well, then again, since canisters hold it in that compartment, they might be easier or not. It just depends on the person. Like when I got my Power Force, when I got my 3522, it had all the tools with it. So it had, and as far as I know the crevice tool was at least original. Maybe the extension wand, or not the extension wand. Maybe the combo tool got replaced because it was in such good condition, and the crevice tool was so beat up. So maybe they replaced that. I'm really sweaty right now. I need to turn my fan on. So that's more vacuums. More vacuums. It's like, well, I can't even sell the 2 that I have. I get more, but I'm not complaining because I find it funny how now I just now get back into vacuums, and all of a sudden I see them everywhere. Maybe that's because since people know about that I'm back into vacuums, they're actually pointing it out to me. Like, hey, you care about those again. It hasn't been taken care of, I suppose. I'm assuming you're referring to the Power Force Helix. Yeah, I picked it up out of the pile, which was like a muddy pile because it's in like a recycling. It's like a sectioned off. It's sectioned off by barrels of one of my neighbor's houses. And it's basically where the entire, I don't want to say complex, but like kind of like that. Basically, the entire general area in my lot, they can throw stuff that they need to recycle. Buster's back. All right, Buster. So I just got 3 new vacuums. They're outside right now because they're still disgusting. And one of them is actually Bissell. It's one of the new Power Force Helixes. So it's not the outgoing Power Force Helix. So it's not the worst. But it's yeah. It was really lightweight. I love that about it. Like, I picked it up and the thing was like, oh my gosh, I almost threw it because it was like really light. Okay, that's exaggerating, but it was really lightweight. It was actually, even though it has more plastic, it's lighter weight than my Power Force. So that is one thing, is that yeah, those new ones are built cheaper, but they're a lot lighter, which I think is I think that's a decent trade-off, as long as you take care of your machines. And I also found a Hoover Elite Cyclonic, and I believe it was a rewind. No, it wasn't a rewind. It was a regular one. But it's like the same SKU that they normally use for the rewind. But instead of the rewind mechanism, it had like a HEPA filter or something. And then a Kenmore Progressive canister vacuum. So if you guys... Oh, there's 3 watching now. So what do you guys think about that? I am going to... They're sitting on my back porch right now. So once I cut the stream, I am going to go out and do a video on them and turn them on and everything, and that'll go up tomorrow. I actually had a performance test between the Dyson and the Bissell, and that is uploaded, but it's not public yet. So I'll push that off onto Friday because I think that this is more interesting, and I already uploaded my video for today, I believe. I think I did. So tomorrow is when you guys will see the video on the 3 new machines. And if all of them work, then what I'm actually going to do is that Power Force Helix, I'm either going to use it for my back porch, or I'm going to give it to my friend Juliet, which she's the one who helped me carry the Dyson home in that one video and helped me clean it out and everything, because she doesn't have a vacuum. So if I decide to get rid of the Power Force Helix, then that's who I'll give it to. And that's assuming it works. I'm assuming that it's probably just the case where like the person didn't take care of it at all. And I do still have one 7-9-10 belt on hand. I need to buy some more, because I used to have 3 of them, but I used all of them on my Bissell, on the Cleanview Power. No, I used 2 of them. So I used them on the Cleanview Power Track and on this 3522 Power Force, because my original Power Force, my one, actually doesn't have a new belt on it, now that I think about it, because I still have 1 belt left. So, and I had 3. So I have 1 belt left that I can put on that Power Force Helix, because I know the new models still use all the same parts that the old ones do. Well, the bagless ones use different filters, but they use 7-9-10 belts. And the Power Force bagged, everything's the same as far as bags and, well, actually, no, again, filters are different, but bags and belts. Bags and belts are different. I mean, the same, not different. You guys get what I mean. You know just as much about this stuff as I do. So, even though I've been following it for a little bit longer, it's still, as far as my actual knowledge, and my finger is wet, so I can't unlock my phone. I need to get the Note 9 with the iris scanner. So, storage space almost full. Someone commented about my streaming being bad, but I mean, let's see. So I need to go to my photos. I need to clear up more space so I have enough for that video, because this phone has like not much space on it. It's like 32 gigs. Oh, I forgot about this. Yep, call it that. And free up space. And this is 78. Is it 750? Okay. So once it hits 8 o'clock, I'm gonna cut the stream so I can do. Actually, if you guys want, I'm actually gonna cut the stream now. I'm actually gonna I actually have a spreadsheet on all the Bissell body styles, like with the model numbers, the release date. So it looks like I'll have to update this. So I'm gonna guess this one's still 2002, right? I guess. So, and this is with all my notes and everything. So I think all this is correct. I'm pretty sure. So yeah. So I think all this looks correct. And then I still have to fill out, because I did all the bagged models. So anyway, guys, this is Intelitech Studios, and I'm going to cut the stream now. So I will see you guys in the next video. Look out for my video on the new machines. And this is Intelitech Studios signing out. I hope you all have a good one.